Trees as living wells. Water beneath, water above, water within, and water transformed. Peace to the remnant. Today I want to teach on something the land has been revealing. Something that completes the entire water pattern we've been talking about. We talked about wells beneath the ground. We talked about dew above the ground. But now I want to talk about the water within the ground. The water inside the plants, the trees, and even the fruit itself. Because trees are not just shade. Trees are not just wood. Trees are not just fruit. Trees are living wells. They are hidden water systems God placed in creation long before we ever dug a well or built a cistern. Let me show you the pattern. We know about water beneath, the wells Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob dug. We know about water above, the dew God uses as a symbol of blessing, unity, and resurrection. But the third source is water within, the water God stores inside the trees. A tree is a vertical well. Its roots reach down into hidden water. Its trunk lifts that water upward. Its leaves release moisture back into the air. Its shade cools the ground and preserves the soil. A tree is a water lifting system. A tree is a water filtering system. A tree is a water storing system. A tree is a water releasing system. A tree is a well. And plants do the same thing on a smaller scale. Where trees pull water upward, plants pull water sideways. They gather moisture from the air. They hold water in the soil. They activate dew. They create microclimates. They keep the land alive. This is why dew forms heavier in gardens. This is why forests stay moist. This is why shade is cool. This is why soil under trees never dries out the same way open ground does. Plants and trees are hidden sources of water, not for drinking, but for reading the land. Your ancestors understood this. They didn't have irrigation systems. They didn't have pumps. They didn't have hoses. They had eyes. They had discernment. They had land wisdom. They knew that if you found a willow, you found water. If you found a cottonwood, you found water. If you found a sycamore, you found water. If you found a maple or birch, you found clean, filtered water beneath the soil. They weren't drinking from the tree. They were reading the tree. Because the tree is a sign, a marker, a witness, a living testimony of the water beneath it. But now let me take you deeper. Fruit is not separate from this system. Fruit is not juice. Fruit is water that has passed through the wisdom of the tree. A tree takes in groundwater, rainwater, dew, and humidity. Then the tree filters that water through its roots, its bark, its xylem, and its leaves. By the time it reaches the fruit, the water has been purified, mineralized, flavored, structured, and sweetened. Fruit is tree processed water. Fruit is water transformed. Fruit is water preserved in a sealed container. Fruit is water with nutrients added by the tree. This is why fruit kept people alive in dry season. Not because it was juice, but because it was living water in edible form. Fruit is the final form of the tree's water. Fruit is the evidence of the tree's internal well. Fruit is the proof that the water beneath the tree is clean. If the fruit is sweet, juicy, and plump, the water beneath the tree is healthy. If the fruit is dry, bitter, or stunted, the water beneath the tree is stressed. Fruit is a water diagnostic tool. Your ancestors used this without ever writing it down. So now you can see the full architecture of God's hidden provision. Water beneath, wells. Water above, dew. Water within, trees. Water transformed, fruit. This is the entire water system of creation. And your land is preaching this revelation back to you. You've seen moisture under the pecans. You've seen dew gather on the tongue leaves. You've seen seedlings multiply in the shade. You've seen soil stay damp under the canopy. You've seen fruit swell with water the tree pulled from the deep. The land is showing you the same thing Scripture shows you. God hides water everywhere, not just in the ground, not just in the sky, but in the living things he planted. So today's teaching is simple. Don't limit water to the obvious. Don't limit provision to the visible. Don't limit blessing to the dramatic. And don't limit God to the places the world looks. Trees are living wells. Plants are hidden reservoirs. Fruit is the water transformed. The land is full of water if you know how to read it. Peace to the remnant.